How's it going, everybody? This is Rob Novakast, back with another episode review for Invincible, the last episode for Season 1, or Episode 8. And, oh boy, there is a lot of carnage in this particular episode. I guess to start us off, we finally find out what was going on with Omni-Man. That apparently, the entire series, he's been kind of setting it up that Viltrumite, or Viltrum, the planet that he's from, was a peaceful race that brought planets together. So to an extent, he was half telling the truth, but only to the point where it's in a sense, when it comes down to, bringing planets together, it's more of a authoritarian rule where these Viltrumites will go from planet to planet, conquer them, and then bring them together to increase the size of the Viltrum Empire. To an extent, Invincible is not particularly happy about this, and for almost the entire half of the episode, or almost half of the episode, I should say, we watch just this complete carnage as Invincible and Omni-Man fight, between Invincible trying to save people, desperately trying to save people, but Omni-Man almost killing every individual just in the middle of their fight. It is just brutal to watch. And to an extent, this is clearly kind of just soul-crushing to Invincible. And not to mention, not just soul-crushing, more so physically crushing him, because, let's face it, Omni-Man beats him to a bloody pulp throughout most of the beginning of the episode. And to an extent, the fight kind of ends technically speaking, Omni-Man does win the fight, but to an extent, he gives up. I guess, to an extent, realizing that he does care for his son, and realizes the damage that he's caused. So, he ends up leaving. We see the aftermath where the Guardians of the Globe do what they can to protect people. Though, again, there's a lot of carnage and a lot of destruction caused by the fight between both Omni-Man and Invincible. So they do what they can. We see basically the aftermath of everything. Cecil kind of, I want to say try to pull this protective custody thing with Mark and his mom, trying to make a cover story where Omni-Man, as his identity, perished when their house was destroyed. Going further than that, they're both kind of contemplating what to do next. Mark's mom just utterly just devastated by what Omni-Man has been doing, as well as how he felt about her. Because to an extent, before the fight, he kind of plays it off as if he didn't care at all for Mark's mom. So to a degree, Mark is also trying to figure out what to do. And Cecil also doesn't help the situation when he talks about how, at this point, kind of setting it up where, Omni-Man's gone. We need somebody to replace him. So, to a degree, kind of putting that on Mark's shoulders. And at this current time, Mark wants nothing to do with, being a hero. Inevitably, we end up, near the very end of the episode, we have him and Amber, Eve, and his best friend. I know I keep forgetting the name of the best friend. I just call him the best friend. Basically sitting at a restaurant, kind of talking about the whole situation when Mark gets a call. Like, for the last moments of the episode, Mark gets a call from Cecil about an approaching object heading towards Earth. And I don't think I talked about this. If I did, then I do apologize. But there's a character that popped up earlier in the episodes that Mark confronted, and he apparently is part of this defense coalition of planets or something like that. And he showed up because he got the wrong planet to go to, but it turns out it was actually the right planet, because he comes back to inform, or at least kind of last minute inform Mark that there's a Vetramite, though is shocked to find out that Omni-Man left, and that there is a good Vulturemite on the planet. And to a degree, he tries to ask Mark to maybe consider, taking part in this coalition of planets to try to stop the Vetramites. But does mention that with Omni-Man leaving, there is a good chance that another Vulturemite might show up. And basically, after that, we get a montage of some of the things that have happened, or some of the characters, or what happens to a few of the characters. The clone twins getting re-jailed. The creepy cyborg scientist guy is building cyborgs for Cecil. The Guardians of the Globe are working together, and a variety of other things with our characters. All in all, so far, honestly, and I will say that was an interesting way to end it. Now, talking about the series real quickly, because I've never heard anything about this character or the comic book series that follows this character. This was actually pretty good. There were some moments that kind of dragged. Like, I was not the biggest fan of episode 6, but all in all, the show itself, for the most part, really kept my attention, especially with, I guess if anything, a lot of the fights. Some of the character designs, as well as their abilities, were pretty cool. With Omni-Man, I will admit, I kind of got this whole evil Superman vibe, which I know a lot of people would hate to make that comparison, but to a degree, I can kind of see that, because it has been experimented before with, like, the evil superhero and whatnot. But all in all, it was done excellently. So with that, I'm gonna give, I honestly, the series itself has been really, really good, and I enjoy it, and I hope there's a second season. But till then, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next video.